All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. We shipping out some orders this morning, Monday morning. Lots of orders to go out today on eBay. Only on eBay. On Poshmark, we have one order. Depop and Mercari were dead this weekend. Absolutely dead. So one Poshmark order. I think a lot of you probably have the same issues with Poshmark. I see a lot of sellers leaving Poshmark. Surfs just posted last night that he got banned. Or not banned, but he got suspended from listing on Poshmark, or he is about to get suspended for listing. I didn't read his email that he got, but I think a lot of people are having the same issues with Poshmark. So hopefully this isn't a negative sign. Hopefully Poshmark fixes their issue, but I only had one sale this weekend. Usually over the weekend I'll have, somewhere around 5 to 10 offers. I think I only had 3, and then most of those were low ball offers, so I just declined them. So hopefully that's not a bad sign for Poshmark. Usually over the weekend I have, you guys have seen weekend orders. Usually I have somewhere between 10 to 15 Poshmark orders on average, and this weekend I only had 1. So luckily eBay's still pumping. eBay, we had 20 sales this weekend, and of course we had the 2 Whatnot shows, so we already packed those up. Those are out on the front porch ready to go. So this is why you diversify. This is why you cross post from one platform to the other, because at any point in time one platform can literally dip. And if you run your whole business off Poshmark right now and your orders are tanking, you should probably cross post your items over to another platform, because it just helps. Glad we have Whatnot up and rolling. Glad we have eBay up and rolling. It's good to have Poshmark for those extra sales right now, but seems like they're basically ruining their platform, unfortunately, because I love selling on Poshmark. It's so easy to list over there, so easy to ship. But yeah, had super slow sales this weekend. So we're going to go over everything. Appreciate you guys hopping on in. Make sure you like the live. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We're just going to go over what sold this weekend. I'll tell you what I paid for it, what it sold for. Those of you who've been here for a while, you know the routine. And then, of course, if you have any questions, always feel free to ask. Let me open up my nifty analytics tool so I can go over the sales from this weekend. Luckily, I only have to look for one, and then the rest are all on eBay. So I guess we'll start out with a singular Poshmark order. It is going to be these Brooks Brothers pants. I actually found these at Red, White, and Blue. These were brand new with tags. Red, White, and Blue had these 75% off, so nobody was picking these up. I forget what they were. I paid $803 for them, so whatever double or triple that is, 8, 16, 24. So they had these for like $25. Nobody was buying them for $25. So I waited for a 75% off date, and then I went and scooped them up. Paid $803, and these sold for $30 over on Poshmark. These are going to go right into a tie-back envelope and ship out easy peasy. Throw this right into the poly bag and it ship out. Hopefully my chat's working. I see some people in the chat. I don't see anybody commenting yet. So somebody could just say hi so I know my chat's working. I know you guys are probably just working in the background watching, which is perfectly fine. But sometimes my restream doesn't hook up correctly, so hopefully it did. All right, this one's gonna get thrown right into a poly bag, ship out. There we go. Add to the bin that we already have going, and now the rest are all eBay orders. So this is gonna be nice, quick, and easy. First eBay order is a Brooks Brothers shirt. This one does have the logo on the front, just a men's Brooks Brothers shirt. There it is, Courtney said hi. Brooks Brothers shirt. This one got a 10% out offer sent from Nifty. I paid $854. It sold for $20.70. Just a little bread and butter sale. Nothing too crazy, but good pattern, and with the logo on the front, which always helps. So this one's just going to slide right in and ship out. There we go. I got it set up. What's up, Kristen? Hi from Vancouver. What's up? Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys all hopping in. Again, thank you guys for coming out to the shows this weekend. What's up, Francis? Appreciate you guys coming out to the shows this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Yesterday was a different kind of show. We got those Cuts clothing. We still made good money on the Cuts. I expect them to go for a little bit more, but we're learning the wholesale game. So you'll probably see some different brands that we haven't run before. Cuts was one of those brands that we've never really run all Cuts show before. But it was interesting. It was easy to ship that show. Everything was already in the bag, so you just take that stuff and throw it right into a box. So you'll see more shows like that. This weekend, we're probably going to do only one show. I mentioned it yesterday night, and it's just going to be a Patagonia North Face show, most likely, depending on what day we get those in. So look out for that show. Just one show this weekend. We're going to kind of take it easy this weekend because the last couple weeks have been kind of hectic around the house, setting it all up for showings and whatnot like that. So speaking of North Face, this is a North Face down jacket. Again, not the season for these, but these still sell. They sell year round because everybody needs a down jacket. People will pick them up this time of year because they get them cheaper. Obviously, as you get closer to winter, these are going to be more expensive. This one sold for $40 plus shipping over on eBay. So good little sale right there. How do I figure out what I bought last night? So if you want to know exactly what you bought, what you can do is you can go into the orders, every single order, and it has a video receipt. And then after each order, I say your name. So if you want to know like specifically what you paid for each item, just go into your orders, go into your video receipt, and then see what you bought because it'll show a video of me holding it up. And then you can just mark it down on a piece of paper. When we run random pulls like that, there's no way for us to basically be able to tell you guys each and every piece you bought. You'll have to go in yourself and just watch the video receipt. It'll take you like 5 minutes to figure out everything you bought, what you paid for it. Where can we find where we put the custom SKU on eBay or Nifty? I can tell you that right now. Give me 1 second. I'll show you on my screen. That one's going out. Oh, I could have put this in a priority bag. Whoops. Oh well. Going out 742. Buyer paid $12.65. Making a good amount on shipping on this one. All right, custom SKU on eBay. You can do it on your phone. If you do it on your phone, ooh, I just sold something. If you do it on your phone, it's underneath your item specifics all the way down at the bottom on each one of your listings. If you don't see it, it's because you haven't turned it on your listing. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your active listings. Let me show my screen really quick. Go into one of your active listings. Your custom SKU field should be right here. Again, if you don't see it, you got to go in and turn it on. So we'll go into this Untuck It listing. Your custom SKU field is right here. And if you don't see it, click title options and then turn on custom SKU. You have to do this on your computer. You can't do this on your phone. So when you do it for one listing, it'll update on all your listings and then your custom SKU field will be shown. And then if you go on your phone, I'll try to show it on the computer, but if you go on your phone, all the way down in your bottom of your custom SKU field, you'll hit see more, and then you'll have down here, it'll say custom SKU. So it'll be all the way down in your item specifics. Again, that's on your phone when you hit edit listing. But you have to make sure you turn it on. Again, see title options. See title options right here, and then turn on your custom SKU. Your custom SKU will be there. And then when you go over to Nifty, let me go over to Nifty in my inventory, and I'll swap over the screen to there. It will be right here on Nifty. So you'll have your custom SKU field. If you already put it on eBay, when you import your listing, your custom SKU field will be right here, depending if you have it or not. This one I didn't put a custom SKU in yet. This one we did, this one we did. So this is all the prices we paid for our items. But your custom SKU field will pop up right there. Good question. Now that we have not so much stuff in this room, it echoes all the time. So all I hear is myself echoing and talking. All right, let's go back to shipping out some orders, selling, orders, awaiting shipment. Now let's ship out the next order. Next order is a pair of Athleta shorts. We picked these up at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, brand new with tags for $4. $4 for these Athleta. These were on like yellow tag, deep clearance. Sold for 25 bucks. So not a huge sale, but getting brand new with tag Athleta for $4 is an absolute steal. Can't pass by those when you find them at TJ Maxx and Marshalls for that price. There are women's 3X, which is a plus size, which also helps them sell. We got one more of these to sell too. We bought these right before winter season, so they've been sitting for a little bit, but now it's becoming hot outside. Now these are actually starting to move. This one's gonna be 8 ounces. Whoops. Use my computer, it's not on, appreciate it. Nice. Yeah, turn that on and you should be good to go. And then what you can do is you can actually update your custom SKU. You don't have to go on each individual listing. What you can do is you can go into that little field that I showed on your inventory tab. You can change all of your custom SKUs right there. And then you just hit edit, click a little button, hit edit, and put in your custom SKU. You're good to go. It takes a lot less time than actually going into each individual listing. So I'll show you kind of what I mean right here. Whoops. Listings, active. This is what I mean right here. Go into your active listings, and then when you click this, let's say you want to add a custom SKU to this. Let's say, I forgot what I paid on this, so let's say I paid $8.03. You put $8.03, you hit submit, And now this just changed my custom SKU field without me having to go into the listing and change a custom SKU. I think you can bulk edit that too if you really wanted to do that as well. But yeah, that's how you do your little edit. Instead of hitting edit over here, go into the listing, change the custom SKU, go down to the bottom. That takes way too much time. You can just edit it right off your inventory screen on eBay. Orders awaiting shipment. All right, back to orders. Next order going out, we just sold a men's polo Ralph Lauren polo. I'll have to grab that after the live. This is a pair of frame women's denim jeans. Pick these up for $4.28 at the thrift store. These sold for full asking price of $29.99 plus shipping. Nice little sale right there, $4.28 and a $29. Should be around a $20 profit on the $4 investment. Nice profit on that one. Slide this in, ship it out. That one's gonna ship for 1 pound, 2 ounces. $7.36 is what I'm paying. Buyer paid $12.30 for shipping. Next up, shouldn't take too long to ship out all these orders. This probably should be done in the next 15 to 20 minutes because we don't have an enormous amount of orders. Lots of eBay orders this weekend, but nothing else. Eileen Fisher. Women's Eileen Fisher pants. Kayla picked these up. They're women's size small. These are a linen blend, so these are selling really well right now. Paid $7.47 for these, and they sold for $27. So I'm just going to slide in, ship out for 10 ounces. I think I might have this at a higher weight, yeah. So 10 ounces, I'm only paying $5.49. Buyer paid $9.10 for shipping, so I made a little profit on that shipping label. Next up, we got a good shirt. We've actually sold quite a few of these over the last week on Whatnot, and typically they sell a lot cheaper on Whatnot than they do on eBay. This is a men's Brioni shirt. I paid $14.96 for this. The reason I didn't run this one on Whatnot because there's a small flaw on it. I really didn't want to run a flawed item on Whatnot. This one still sold for $29 even with a flaw. So nice little sale. $29. Again, I probably could have got more. Well, I definitely could have got more if it didn't have a small flaw, but still sold for a profit. Brioni is a great brand to look out for. Ties, suits, blazers, shirts, pants, basically anything Brioni will sell. My favorite Brioni item to buy is ties for sure. All right, $5.62. Buyer paid $7.25. And that one shipped. Next up, a brand that's selling really well right now because it's spring and summertime and it's golf season. I wouldn't pick these up probably within the next month or two because they're going to start slowing down in sales. But this is a men's FootJoy polo, size extra large. It's got an all over palm tree print on it. There's no club embroideries, which is key for these. If you have any like local club embroideries that aren't very good clubs, you won't really be able to sell these for that much. Paid only $4.28 for this one, and it sold for $22.99 plus ship. As a full price sale. I price these the same as I do like Ralph Lauren polos and things like that. That one's just gonna slide on in. And ship out for 10 ounces. $5.31. Buyer paid $7.10. Boom, boom. Next up, we got a Ralph Lauren shirt. This one is brand new with tags. I picked this up from, I believe, Red, White, and Blue. And they had this one priced up really, really high. But this is a silk linen blend Ralph Lauren shirt. Brand new with tags, silk linen, really good blend to look out for. Picked this up for only $16.05, and this one sold for $51 plus shipping. Really, really good sale right there. Just slide this one in and ship her out. Boom, shipping out for 12 ounces. I am paying $5. Buyer paid $6.75 for shipping. And it's only going to, so we're going right around the corner. It's actually going to Sarasota. So this person's probably going to get this shirt probably tomorrow. Really quick shipping. Next up, an item that sold right before the live. This is a men's Carhartt shirt. We don't really pick these up too often, but I got this in a bulk buy. The reason I grabbed it is because this is a pearl snap. Pearl snaps tend to do a little bit better. Picked this up for only $4 locally in a bulk buy. Again, I try not to pay too much for these because these are all over the place. You can find these at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Dick's Sporting Goods, places like that will have lots of Carhartt on clearance. So don't pay too much for Carhartt unless it's like a vintage Carhartt jacket. This one only sold for $18 plus shipping, but this one we literally listed last week. So it was a quick sale. I priced it lower just to get it to move. Didn't want to hang on to this one for too long, but short sleeve, pearl snap, men's extra large. Good size, good style. Again, not a crazy sale. If you go to the bins and you can find these, I would definitely pick these up from the bins because you can move them really quick for really cheap. I mailed a pair of golf shoes a month ago to Hawaii. I was just informed I'm new at this and didn't know what to do. I checked with the post office and they said to file a claim. Mailed a pair of golf shoes. So you mailed a pair of golf shoes, like what happened with them? Did they just not arrive? Like what was the issue with them? Because I've shipped stuff to Hawaii all the time. I never have issues with it. So I shipped a pair of golf shoes a month ago. So what happened with them? Did they not arrive? Did they say they had the wrong, like what happened? All right, that one shipped. Next up, good brand to look out for. This is a men's Turnbull and Asser shirt. We picked this up for $12 locally in a bulk buy. I paid up for this because this is a really good brand. I know it would sell really well. And I believe this is not the oldest label. It's not the newest label. It's like in between, which is pretty good. This one sold for $42. So they didn't get the golf shoes. So if you can file a claim with the post office, if you shipped them priority mail or ground advantage to the post office, you can file a claim. They will look at the tracking, see where it left off at. And if it never got delivered, you can get your money back for the post office. So yeah, file a claim on that one and tell the post office you didn't get it. You can go on the USPS website or you can call in to file a claim. Either way will work. But yeah, that's an easy claim to win too, because if they have tracking and the tracking just died at some point, basically they'll just send you a refund because that's on them. So yeah, I would just file a claim on that one. And you should be able to get your full purchase price back. So if you, let's say it's sold for $40, you can file a claim for $40. I don't think you can file a claim for your shipping portion of it, but at least you can get some money back for the item that you sold. Next up, this is another Ralph Lauren shirt. Lots of Ralph Lauren selling this weekend. We're getting a lot of Ralph Lauren in on bulk buys too, like wholesale buys. So Ralph Lauren, you're probably going to see a lot more of it, even though you already see a lot of it. You're going to see a lot more of it on our lives. This one we picked up for only $6. It sold for $22.99 plus ship. Nice little sale right there. Bread and butter again, solid blue Ralph Lauren. We priced them at $22.99, and they move really well. We got some good Ralph Lauren that sold this weekend too, and I got a flawed Ralph Lauren that didn't sell for as much. No problem, Karen. Appreciate the question. That one going right there, 8 ounces. So I am only paying $4.84, and buyer paid $7.35. Making another little chunk of change on the label. The next Ralph Lauren shirt is not a good sale. It had a flawed cuff, so we priced it really low. It's a good Ralph Lauren shirt, but unfortunately, when we got it in, we checked it over. It was flawed, and I just priced it really low. I didn't get any offers on it for quite a long time, and I got an offer this weekend. So this is the Ralph Lauren shirt. It's a good pattern. It's got the double front pocket, which is really good. But unfortunately, one of the cuffs, the buttons I think both of the buttons were cracked on the cuff, so I priced this really low. And then I got a $10 offer. It's been sitting for a while. So $5.34, $10, not a huge profit on this one. Just try to get it to move. At least made my money back on my purchase price, basically, on this one. Unfortunately, didn't check this over at the thrift store when we were there and had those flaws. Slide this in, boom, boom. Shipping out for 14 ounces. I'm paying $7.36. Buyer paid $7.35 for the label. I underestimated the label, so broke even on that label. Next up, good sale right here. Ralph Lauren purple label. I don't know what I paid for this. I got it off our good friend Erica off her Whatnot show. So this is a women's purple label Ralph Lauren skirt. It did have like a small stain on it, and we didn't want to get it dry cleaned. We just listed it with the small stain. But to be honest, I think I paid like $15 or $20 for this on her stream. Still sold for $75, so good sale right there. Ralph Lauren purple label skirt. And this one's just gonna go right into a poly bag and ship out. Slide her in, ship her out. Gonna go out for 14 ounces. I'm gonna make a little bit of money on this label too, because I had it for £1. So $6.99 is what I'm paying for the label. Buyer paid $13.20. Boom, boom. All right, just 8 more, well, 7 more orders, one of which sold during the live, so I don't have it here. These have actually been surprising me. I've been getting these in wholesale through the Ralph Lauren Connect that I have. And these shorts, I didn't expect much out of them. I've been listing them for around 22 to 25, depending on the size. And these have been selling so fast. So just basic Ralph Lauren chino shorts, older styles too, have been selling fast. So I paid only $4 a piece for these in the wholesale lots that I get. And this one sold for $22.99 plus shipping. Crazy how well these sell. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know if my comments aren't coming through YouTube. So if you guys are commenting over there, I don't think my comments are coming through because I haven't seen a YouTube comment yet. Usually I have at least 1 or 2. So if you're watching over on YouTube, I apologize. I don't think I can see your comments today for some reason. $6.25. That's what this one's going out for. You have a bunch of comments on YouTube. Yeah, it's so weird. I can only see Facebook comments over here. So I apologize, YouTube. If you guys hop over to Facebook, you can ask your questions over here. For some reason, my layout is not giving me my YouTube comments. So if you have any like dire questions you need answered, hop over to Facebook and ask your questions. I have no clue. Sometimes my connection just doesn't work. So I know. My bad, YouTube. My bad. Surf says, bro, you're ignoring all your face. Like I have, look, this is Karen's comment, and then it goes Karen's comment again. Then I got Angel's comment. Then I got this guy's comment, and then I got this one right here. So I don't know why. I apologize. Sometimes when I do restream, it connects to go live, but the chat just doesn't work. So I apologize, YouTube. I'm not ignoring you guys. I promise. I'm not ignoring you guys. Hop over to Facebook. Follow on Facebook. People were asking if you had a side piece. You are my side piece. I thought we had that established. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a good one. I actually probably priced this one too low because it sold almost instantly after I posted it. It's a like rugby style long sleeve Polo Ralph Lauren, men's size 2XL. Has the big polo hit on the front. Really good one. I priced this at $29.99. I probably should price it a little bit higher. Sold almost instantly for $29.99 plus ship. So. DJ House Wonder, we haven't put an offer in yet. We have to wait for. We're probably gonna wait till we get like a decent offer on this house because we have to make an offer with the contingency, and we literally just put our house on market. But we do have like 4 houses picked out that we really like. So if one sells, we still have a bunch to like fall back on. So hop in your show. It's one of my favorites. It's quick with personality. I appreciate it, Lily. Yeah, we're gonna do one show this weekend. It's going to be probably a North Face Patagonia show. I know it's kind of late in the season. I said I wasn't going to do any more of these, but we're getting such good deals on North Face and Patagonia, and everybody loves North Face and Patagonia, so we're still going to do one show. We might do it on Sunday because I'm thinking we really need, like, after this whole last 2 weeks of setting up the house and getting everything ready, we needed like a little vacay with the kiddos. So we're going to surprise them. We told them we're going to take them to Adventure Island, which is like a water park. But I think what we're going to do is we are going to go to a hotel, like a resort style hotel for 2 nights and just hang out with the kiddos. Plus it's the end of the school year for them. They got this full week, and then they have 2 days of school the following week, and then they're on vacation. And basically next week they're not going to do any work. So yeah, we're going to take them and surprise them this weekend. So probably do a Sunday show this week, just one show. Do you happen to know why List Perfectly is saying they are safe? They are safe and they had no one banned or suspended. I'm just wondering if you had any insights. I don't use List Perfectly, but I think I think they're lying. They have to be lying. One, List Perfectly doesn't it doesn't make any sense because people are getting banned for delisting sold items. So if List Perfectly has auto sales detection, like almost all of them do, which I believe they do, and you have a listing removed, you have a good chance of getting suspended on Poshmark. So if they're telling people that, they have to show some insights. I used to use List Perfectly. Again, people are getting suspended just for going in and manually taking down a listing, not even using like any kind of service to do so. So if they're saying that, I think they're just lying to their audience and they're trying to get people to sign up because it doesn't make any sense. Again, you can get suspended just for pulling down a sold item. That's all it takes. So I'm so excited for you all. Your next chapter. We will also miss Joe Bro. We also miss Joe Bro. Don't worry, Angel. When we move, Joe Bro is going to be home. We're not going to put him in daycare because it's only going to be. We're going to see. We might be able to get him into like a daycare at the school the kids go to. But if not, Joe Bro is going to be home 24/7. So he's going to be running the show. He might be on live shipping with you guys. I might take a break and let him ship with you guys. So I don't think you guys would mind if Joe Bro's in here shipping. But yeah, he's going to be home, which I'm kind of excited about actually. I like hanging out with him during the day. But he is kind of crazy. Like right now, you'd probably hear him running around. The good thing is with the new houses we're looking at, I'll probably be working out in the garage. So even if he's running around being crazy in the house, you won't be able to hear him. Right now, there's nowhere to hide from that little guy. He's just crazy. Ralph Lauren men's size extra large long sleeve plaid shirt. Paid $7.49 for this. Priced this one a little bit higher. This plaid was selling so fast for me at $22.99 that I decided to price it up a little bit. And these have been selling for $24.99 plus shipping now. And this sold really quick. So $24.99. Paid $7.49. Good sale right there. I want to let you know, I think your AirPods are stuck in Florida. Tracking shows moving through network for days now. Just FYI. Okay, I'll check on it. Sorry, Amy. I know the post office have been having a lot of issues. I had somebody reach out 2 weeks ago on Whatnot, and their order was basically stuck too. So yours is a hazmat order too, which I know they do like last. They usually go through priority. They go through ground advantage, and then they do the hazmats. So maybe it's just stuck because it's a hazmat order, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Amy. I'm sorry. I promise you I shipped it out. It's just stuck. Good old post office. If anything happens to it, we'll make sure we get you your AirPods. I'm sure it'll get there though. Post office this time of year is crazy. They start taking away a lot of the help they get because their routes, the mail volume goes down, so they basically are giving people days off. They're cutting people whenever they can cut people, and then things like this happen. So I just want to let you know, cool. Hopefully nobody else's orders are getting stuck too. Good old post office. Oh, I will say this too. If you look at the news locally, one of our plants, Trish actually sent me the article. One of the plants, it rained really hard one of the days, and the whole side of the building caved in, and that was at one of the processing plants. So that could also be an issue too. They're not using like an entire part of the processing plant because they have to fix the entire roof, because basically whenever it rains here, the water just comes right into the building. So good old post office for you. So hopefully that's not an issue, but again, that's just the post office for you. Next up, Robert Graham shirt. Good Robert Graham shirt. It's got a sailboat print all the way through. I think I paid $10 for this. I bought it locally in a bulk buy. Usually Robert Graham's I pay up a little bit more for. This one sold for $30 over on eBay. Price these up a little bit. Also, when you list Robert Graham shirts, these are key. When you take photos of your Robert Graham shirts, see how the cuff is on the front where we packed it? And then look how we take photos of the cuff for this. Nice contrasting cuff. That's our cover photo. That's what sucks the person into the listing. The rest of the photos I don't really care about. They're just basic photos. But this is the photo that's going to sell your item. That nice cover photo. People can see it's got sailboats all over it. They can see that back tag right there. Nice flip cuff. So take your photos like that. Whenever you have like flip cuff pieces, take that close-up photo. It definitely helps the item sell. But sold for $30 and sold really quickly too. We just literally listed this last week and it already sold. That's their motto. Rain, yeah, I know. Rain, sleet, snow, especially when it's coming right into the building. Good old post office. It'll probably start moving soon. It's going ground So those can't go through the sky because they have a lithium battery in them, so I have to ship them hazmat. So it might actually be on the way to you. You're all the way in, I think you're in Cali, right? So it might take a little bit longer to get to you. It's probably just waiting to get scanned by the next plant. So hopefully soon. Kind of weird it's taking that long though. Next up, another North Face jacket. Again, we're having a North Face live this weekend. Even though it's not the season for jackets, North Face and Patagonia sell all year round. So that's why we're like, you know what, we're still going to do another North Face show. So this is a North Face. It is a Denali jacket, one of the nice purple ones, and it does have the fluffy bottom on this one. Picked this up for $6.96, sold it for $22.50. It's a nifty offer, nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. So again, it's not jacket season, but jackets like this brand, they always sell. They sell year round. Now let me see if I can fit this into the poly bag. That's going to be the key, because this thing is thick. It's like surfs. It's thick. All right, there we go. It's got the air pocket at the bottom though. Slide in. All right, cool. I feel like today's sushi kind of day. No worries, I'll give it another week. If no change, I'll let you know. Yep, yeah, let me know, and then I'll put in a request for the post office to try to find it. They'll find it. They'll find it. I've never had a whatnot order get lost in transit, so. Thick like surfs. He said, "Ew." Oh man, me and him have a good time. Anyways, next up, 2 more orders. We have 3 technically, but one of which is stuck. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube again, I apologize. Your comments aren't coming over on my Restream platform that I use to cross-post my live with. So again, if you have dire questions, come over to Facebook. If not, I'm probably going to do another live tomorrow, and hopefully it works with the connection. You're just wondering, how do you display your clothes for photographs? So I took a video, Gina, it's a good question. I took a video, did a short form video last week showing the whole process from beginning to end. When we get our items in, take the photos, how we take our photos, and then how we put our item away in inventory. So if you go watch that video, it's last week. If you scroll through my Facebook feed, it should be like 4 or 5 posts down that you see that. But basically we just lay them in a small light box and then we hang them up in a big light box. As soon as we move though, we're gonna do like the how Surfs has his setup, like basically a board, and you're gonna take your flat lay photos from the board. And we're gonna take all of our photos just in one spot instead of moving it from area to area. We're also gonna have a bigger space, so we'll be able to do everything within one room instead of everything in multiple rooms. So too bad you're missing the YouTube comments. Oh well, I know. Poor YouTube people. I'm sorry, YouTube people. I just can't see it. It's not coming through on my screen for some reason. So no problem, Gina. Next up, Polo Golf Ralph Lauren shorts. Again, these are selling so fast. This is a nice plaid pattern too. Pink plaids always do well. And this has the old school like crest hit on the back. $746 is what we paid for this at a Goodwill, and it sold for full asking price, $24.99 plus ship. Again, not a huge sale, but this is bread and butter. These are selling really well. Ralph Lauren shorts. We're getting them really cheap, like I said, in those wholesale lots that we're getting. We're basically buying from a rag house. The rag house sells all their like premium Ralph Lauren, and then they give us like their dress shirts and things like that they can't really sell too well, and then we buy them off of them and we sell them well because it's like our bread and butter on our platforms is basic Ralph Lauren pieces. But things like this is what they send to us, and we flip them really quick. So nice little sale. And then last item we have going out the door. If you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Again, YouTube, I apologize. I hear you guys are having lots of questions over there, but I cannot see your questions. Last sale is a Tommy Bahama shirt, just a basic like floral pattern to this one, not too crazy. Listed this one for $24.99 plus ship, and it sold for full asking price. So nice little sale right there. I believe this is a silk blend too. It's like a silk cotton blend, but quick sale. Quick sale. We just listed this probably within the last month, and it sold. And that's it. Everything is shipped. I'll probably do an order pull video later today of whatever sells throughout the day, and I'll put that up. So never heard of Cuts before. I'm excited to see how it does for me. I think it'll do well. I mean, I thought, so Cuts isn't a well-known brand, and I should have probably thought about that before before we introduced it on Whatnot, like I said, we still made money on that stuff. We got such a good deal on it. A lot of it was the t-shirts. The t-shirts should sell for right around 20 to 25. They're still brand new, so they're going to do good. I wish we got more pants. I think we got more pants on the way. We have a pallet of that coming within the next like 2 weeks. The pants, the shorts, and the jackets are like the things that sell for the most in that brand. The pants alone, if you look up the AO joggers, go for like 50 to 60 bucks in new attack condition on eBay. So those, we only had one pair of pants. I thought we had more yesterday. Those sold really well on the live, so I'm hoping we have more of those. But either way, I think it's fun to experiment with brands, even though we didn't make a ton of money. I made more selling the pre-owned the night before than I did the cuts last night. But it's a good like experience. It also gives us like repetitions on selling wholesale, because we got to figure out how it's going to operate during the live. Like yesterday I had myself holding up the item, Kayla was stickering it, and I think that worked out good, but I think there's opportunity to make it a lot faster. So as we get our reps in with these lower end brands, then we can start investing in higher end brands and running those on Whatnot and have less risk and be able to go faster. Even though last night's live was pretty fast, I think we could have probably got it done probably about 20 to 30 minutes faster if we had everything cranked out. Also, I think next time we get them in, we're gonna size out a lot of them, because I had a lot of like requests for like, hey, do you have a size large? Hey, do you have a size medium? And I think if we had the room split up where we had like size large in a pile, size extra large, size mediums, things like that, we could have made the requests a little bit better, and we could have sold a little bit more and a little bit more faster. But all in all, it was a good experience. It was fun, and it was really easy to ship afterwards. So just got on so empty. I know the room is empty. You can see all the little these things are the death of resellers. They're all over the place. So next we're gonna see you driving around in a warehouse with pallets and a forklift. Maybe one day. So right now the pallets we get, little inside information. I have very little risk on the pallets that we get and the wholesale we get, because I actually go 50-50 with a wholesaler on the stuff we get. So let's say Ralph Lauren is $30 a piece. Let's just say that. My investment into all Ralph Lauren would be $15 a piece. They have the other 15, and then we split profits 50-50. So the reason I'm doing that is so I can get experience with selling wholesale. I have less risk, obviously less reward too, because they're getting 50% of the profits. Whereas if I just bought it outright, then I would get 100% of the profits. But I'm doing this so that way I can get my feet wet in the wholesale game and learn how to make the connections and things like that. And then after that, that's when I'll start buying huge amounts. But will I ever get a warehouse? Probably not anytime soon. I think once we move and we get a 2-car garage, we can move. Basically, we can do a lot out of the 2-car garage. Right now, we only have a 1-car garage, so adding that extra space will definitely help. But maybe one day we'll get a warehouse. I know Ethan has talked about it. Ethan has talked about it with us going 50-50 on warehouse space, but we're moving farther away, so I don't know if that would make any sense for us to go in 50-50 on one of those. But yeah, I think possibly down the road. I look at ZK and how she built her business and how big it is now, and it's like, yeah, that's crazy big, and she's doing big things over there. Also, Elux, eBay Princess, I was in her live yesterday for a little bit, just watching what she was doing, and she's moving 500 pieces of wholesale on a 2 to 3 hour stream. Like 500 pieces sold in one stream is crazy. And that was her like 3rd or 4th stream that day. So she had already moved like probably 500 to 1,000 pieces earlier. So yeah, there's lots of opportunity with wholesale. And now that I'm getting my feet wet, I'm kind of understanding how it all works. I think there's opportunity in the future for us to do it on a big scale, but we'll see. I also don't want to sell like crappy brands either. I think there's a lot of opportunity in wholesale if you don't really care about what you're buying and you're just buying cheap stuff. Like you get stuff for $2 a piece, no matter what the brand is, people will buy it just to sell it. But I kind of want to sell better brands. So teetering on joining Nifty, I list about 8 items a day on eBay. I schedule them to drop, then I manually cross-post them to Mercari, Depop, and Poshmark and Marketplace as applicable to the item with your link for Nifty. And can I get away with the $29.99 plan? The price point eats into my profits, but at the same time, saving would be awesome thought. So Nifty's $29.99 plan does not include cross-posting. So let me go into the pricing really quick. I'll show you. $29.99 plan Let me take your comment off the screen really quick too. Boom. And let me share my screen. So if you want to be able to cross post, you have to get the $39.99 plan. That's the plan you're going to go for. That's going to include your cross posting. It doesn't include your Poshmark automation, any of the automation tools. So if you want to be able to share your closet, send out offers, delist, relist, that's going to be the automation and the cross listing tool, which is $69.99 a month. If you just want the cross listing, you just want to be able to manually move your items, or not manually, but download your listings and cross list super fast, that's going to be $39.99 a month. So if you're doing it manually, you're doing 8 per day, and you want to speed it up, I would go with the $39.99 plan. I'll say this: usually within the first couple sales, you're gonna make your money back within the first couple days of having Nifty, because you're moving your items over a lot faster, and you could potentially start to do, instead of 8 items a day, you have time to list an extra 2 to 3 items a day, because you're not taking all that time to cross post manually, which takes, to manually cross list 8 items probably takes you close to 20 to 30 minutes to do, because I used to do it by hand also. It doesn't cross list the marketplace, so just keep that in mind. You'll still have to manually cross list a marketplace. You get eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, and then Etsy's coming out supposedly very soon. I don't really care too much about Etsy, but should be out very soon. So you get those 4 platforms. Marketplace, you'll still have to cross list too. If you already have Poshmark, if you're not using a Poshbot, I would go with the plan that you get both with, which would be the middle plan, which is $69.99 a month. That gets you your Poshmark automation, also your delist, relist. You get your auto sales detection, things like that with both plans. So yeah, the delisting and all the features makes my tax lady happy. Yes. Also, you get analytics too. So you get analytics if you just get the cross listing portion, which means it brings in all of your information for you. And this is the analytics tool. Let me show you. This is the analytics tool. So you have all your sales data, it automatically imports it for you, and then you get your insights. You can also have an expenses tab, you have your profit and loss, but it brings in all of your information for you, makes it super easy to see exactly how you're doing. So that's the one I would go with, but there's no $29.99 plan for cross listing. So keep that in mind. If you are interested too, I'll put a link in the chat really quick. So you can just click on it, and then you can you have a 7-day free trial when you click on this link. So just use it for 7 days. If you like it, cool. If you don't have to sign up. It will make you put in your credit card information, but that it doesn't charge you for your credit card. So yeah, my YouTube chat is definitely not working right now because it's not posting out to YouTube. I wonder why that's not working today. That's weird. Anyways. So I hope you answered your question about Nifty. I'm going to go ahead and head off. I'm going to get something to eat for lunch, and then we got to do some listings because we haven't posted on eBay in like 5 days. So we're going to get some listings done today. This weekend, again, a North Face. Oh, I forgot to talk about bales because everybody keeps asking me about bales. I am going to make a video explaining how the bales work, how you clean the bales, and like what all goes into the bale process, because everybody's asking me about bales. We sold a couple, and the first person we sold it to, I'm not gonna say who it is, but the first person we sold it to didn't understand like how much work it would take, and didn't understand like the condition of the pieces, because they are wholesale, they are coming from a rag house, so they do require some work to get up and going. So I'm gonna make a video kind of explaining it, because with wholesale, the one thing that's going to happen, I already know, is people are going to be upset with the items that they get because they don't understand like the pieces require work to get to a sellable condition. We have to wash every single piece, dry every single piece that comes in. They don't come in sellable and instantly sellable condition. So I want to make sure I make a video like explaining it before we sell any bales or any half bales, because I want to make sure everybody's happy with what they get. Again, it's hard, it's almost unavoidable. I know people are going to be upset when they get it. They're going to be like, K-Way sold me a bunch of junk. But I'm going to make a video so I can be clear about how the bales work. And then we're going to sell some of them. If the feedback on the bales is, hey, this requires too much work, it doesn't make much sense, then I'm just going to continue to sell them on Whatnot, because I make more money selling them on Whatnot anyway. But we'll see. I know a lot of people are interested in them, but I want to make sure I'm completely transparent on the process of cleaning, condition checking, all that stuff with what the bales all inquire when you get them. So I'm gonna make that video later this week. I got 2 bales on the way of North Face and Patagonia, and then we'll sell them this weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna make that video later this week. Again, I just want to be clear on what it takes with the bales and all that stuff. Resale Brothers put a YouTube video on how to fix Poshmark issue on Nifty. Yeah, they put a bunch of videos out recently on Nifty, so go check out Resale Brothers. They have really good information over there. Roberta said that. Yeah, Resale Brothers, they are great team over there. I love the Resale Brothers. I talk to them every once in a while. Great people over there, so make sure you go follow their stuff with Nifty and the issues over on Nifty. I haven't seen any issue. I think either way, if you do auto sales detection, you're going to get some issues with Poshmark right now because Poshmark's kind of a weird place for that. But watch Resale Brothers video. Good team over there. All right, I'm gonna head off. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and we'll catch you probably